Hello, and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. This is going to count for Friday's taste challenge, all right? Because Friday, we're going to do Fango Friday at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern Time, liqueurs. Well, I have two Kentucky Straight and whiskeys, and this is going to close me out on the Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey Taste Challenges for the time being. Because tomorrow morning at Dawn Busters, used the wrong preposition. I said at, but it's on. Dawn Busters, we're doing American blended whiskey. And I was talking to Eric Fraunfelter, Thomas Meadow 75, and he was getting into like a dispute with me. And I was saying, I don't think you understand what blended whiskey is exactly. American, Canadian, Irish, and Scotch. And so I could do a group hangout on that one day about what that is. And there's a lot of misconception with it. But anyway, these are straight Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys, which means what? They're at least 51% corn. They could be 100% corn, doesn't matter, but it have to be at least 51% and may contain other grains such as rye, wheat, barley. They're both 80 proof. Now, this is Bellows. The company was founded in 1830. WB, it says WB, William Bellows, 1830. And there's a scene like there's yellow and white. So in the background, it's like a Kentucky farm scene, something like that, where they're harvesting grain. And this is aged at least 4 years. It says mellowed 4 years in oak barrels, a name of honor. Oh, it's not WB, it's B and then B. See, they got the old cursive B, capital B, and then the modern print, B. Okay. Used to be its own company, and it was bought by somebody, but it's owned by Heaven Hill today. Maybe Heaven Hill bought it. I don't know. Bellows never was a whiskey producer, from what I could understand. They were just a whiskey procurer, and that goes for rum, brandy, gin, vodka, and all the rest. They just basically had offices in New York City, and they paid people to make their stuff. Kind of like J&B does. J&B, Just, Ernie, and Brooks in London, England. They make the famous J&B Scotch. That's from Scotland. But they're paying somebody. They say, you make it for us. They decided to do that in about 1934 to make their own brand. But they're wine merchants. If you get on the Just, Ernie, and Brooks website, they list all these hundreds of different types of wine and then liquor you can get. But they talk about how they just contract with people to put it under their various brand names. It's a common practice. Some people don't like that idea. Well, that's what goes on. All right. So that's Bellows. I paid $5.99 for this liter bottle at Savannah Discount. That's a true story, because I was at Savannah Discount with John and Nile and my friend David back in 2019. And the guy's like, I got this whiskey, boss. And I said, oh, I have Bellows already. And he said, oh, okay. But then I went back and looked at it and I said, Kentucky straight bourbon. I said, oh, I don't have the straight bourbon. I have the two blended. That's what I thought it was at first. So I went to the register because I didn't see a price tag. I said, can you do a price check? And the lady was like, okay. She said $5.99. And I was like, ain't no way I'm leaving the store without buying this. So I didn't even care if it tasted bad. I mean, a liter bottle of straight bourbon for $5.99. I went back a month later. You think they had any left? You know they did not. And here's Henry McKenna. I bought this at Majoria's for $8.99. That's also on the west bank of the Mississippi River in a different parish. Savannah Discount is in Jefferson Parish. We don't have parishes, and we don't have counties in Louisiana. We don't have counties. We have parishes. But this is in St. Charles Parish, but both on the west bank of the Mississippi. I can get Henry McKenna on the east bank. I can get it at Total Wine and More for $9.49, but I got it for $8.99. $8.99. B Aviation. Good evening, Ron. Good evening to you. So here's Henry McKenna in a nice brown bottle. You can get it even cheaper per ounce at Total Wine. You can get this for $18.99 for the big, beautiful plastic jug bottle. No age statement. Well, that means it's at least 4 years old. So we got a 4-year-old stated versus a no age statement, which means it's at least 4 years. So they're probably both 4 years. But this is sour mash bourbon, and the other one does not claim to be. This one has no website listing. The Bellows does. They don't say much about it. If you look on the Luxco website, I put the link below. It's just a saying Bellows is offered in many different variations: blended, Kentucky straight bourbon, and we have gin, vodka, brandy, and so on. It's one of those type of things. B Aviation just had a group meeting with Diageo about their internships. You did? Wow, I hope you get it. The job. That'd be a lot of excitement. Okay, now the Henry McKenna is darker. You can see that probably just by looking at what's in the bottles. But let's go ahead and pour it and see. Is it going to be easy to tell them apart? I would say no. It's going to be difficult to tell them apart. You say, well, one's sour mash and one's not. Yeah, but does that really make a big difference in flavor? My experience is that it really does not make much of a difference. Usually it's the proof that'll make a difference. Like one is 80 proof, one's 86 or 90. But even with that, it can be tricky. Look what happened when I did Blanton's versus Henry McKenna. The shock of the world. The shock and awe of the world. Okay, so McKenna is darker. You say, they're adding caramel. I get it. Wrong, because straight bourbon whiskey cannot have added flavorings or colorings. I repeat, straight bourbon whiskey cannot have added flavors or colorings. Look at your Tax and Trade Bureau website, ttb.gov. Blended bourbon, well, now that's a different story. That's a different class of product. What about blended whiskey? Yes, that's allowed. What about corn whiskey? Straight corn whiskey, not allowed. Okay, just look at the chart. They'll show a chart. It's a 12-month internship, though I don't know if I could do that. Well, we'll see what happens, huh? All right, so I'm going to have to be careful with these, because if I glance at it, I'm going to see which one's darker, and then that could screw up the taste challenge. Did I like the Bellows when I had it? I got through half the bottle already. Yeah, I liked it. Was it extraordinary? Was it like exciting and new? Was it fantastic? Was it like something that was so wonderful you couldn't believe it? It was nothing like that. It was $5.99 a liter. Is that the normal price? No. If you go to a store and find it, you'll probably pay at least $12.99. But it was fine. It was competent. It was good. I mean, it just tastes like bourbon, meaning it tastes like corn grits, yellow corn grits, polenta. In other words, polenta. Go to the grocery store and buy polenta. That's what bourbon's made out of. Meaning you could buy your own yellow corn grits and they and there's a little vanilla from the oak, and there's a little like nectar, like you would think from a honeysuckle. Sometimes there'd be a little charcoal, and they're kind of simple. And the Henry McKenna is the same way. Can I still get Bellows straight bourbon? Don't think I can get it anymore. Savannah Discount had it, then it was gone, and they never had it again. But I might go back and they got it again. I know the international market keeps Bellows seem like in a constant supply. So if you go to the international market on the East Bank of Jefferson Parish, like in the center of the East Bank, they got Bellows. They had the club whiskey, but I think that's all gone. That was throwback bottles from 1994. True story. But the current one just seemed to be on the shelf. Here we go. Yeah, all the stuff I just described earlier in the video. Is it a bad smell? No. Has a little bit of a sourdough bagelish thing, which means it might be and probably is the Henry McKenna. TA, Tiberius Anti-Fragile. Hello, everyone. Yeah. But then on the other hand, that could be Henry McKenna as well. So is there a difference in appearance? Yeah, the McKenna's darker. Is there a difference in aroma? It's negligible. Negligible. Say that a bunch of times fast, and people are going to say, you like John Gruden? You just like John Gruden? And you say, I was saying negligible. Okay. Henry McKenna needs to sponsor you. I agree with that. And I wouldn't end that series right now. I'd just do a Henry McKenna video every day. It would be a special edition. It would be called I Got the Hook Up Henry McKenna edition. But it ain't gonna happen. So okay. Does this taste good? Yeah, tastes like vanilla. You say vanilla cornflakes. Not unlike that, if there was such a thing. I'm going to look for it. Good. I hope you find it. Ruining someone's career over private emails is pretty disgusting and unreasonable. Yeah, but weren't those work emails? Now, if they were private emails between two people, that would be bad. You might have to go have a meeting with the person, a personal meeting. You know what I mean? Henry McKenna versus the world. Good thing my private emails don't get published. Oh, wait, they might. Uh-oh. Hello, Ron. It's been a while, says Shane. I just thought I'd stop by and say hi. Hello, Shane Giggy. Hello. It has been a while. Don't be a stranger. All right. But people get busy, you know, or they'll lose interest in a channel. You know how it goes. You say, what about you? Do you lose interest in channels? Well, I don't lose interest in channels, but some people do. I could be mistaken. They may have been work emails. Now, see, if it's work emails, then you're just asking for trouble. You're being a fool, and then you're just being a fool. And you shouldn't say ugly things anyway. Now, I can think back over the years of all my emails. Are there a whole lot of emails where I regret what I say? There's probably not really any where I regret what I say. Now, is some of what I say controversial? Well, yeah, I guess you could say that, but I would not disagree with it. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be able to come on TV and say, I'm really sorry for those because I don't agree. That doesn't represent me. I would have to say, yeah, that's pretty much me. I just don't like the tone, maybe, but yeah, that's more or less what I believe in. Like the Beastie Boys said, be true to yourself and you will never fall. Weird how that person knew about it for 10 years and suddenly now decide to air it out. I thought those came from like this Washington, formerly known as the Redskins football team investigation, and they discovered them. I don't know. I don't follow it. I really don't keep up with all the internal proceedings of the National Football Cartel, you know. I'm sorry, the National Socialist Football Cartel. It's a dirty company. They're dirty. You know, it's a dirty business, so I don't really keep up with them. They're bad. You know, I don't know why people run around wearing their team colors like, yay, we won. I'm like, that's great. But they'll leave you so fast, it's sickening. They're not loyal to you. You know, the NFL wants you to be loyal to them, run around with the apparel on, all the merch, and cheer for, I love my Chiefs. They don't love you. They used to be the Dallas Texans. But you say, I love my Raiders. They don't love you because they used to be the Oakland and then the Los Angeles and then the Oakland and now the Las Vegas Raiders. They will drop you so fast. But go ahead, watch it. Run behind it. Get emotional when your team wins the championship. Do I watch it? Yeah, I watch it. Do I get emotional when my team wins the championship? No, I just say, oh, that was nice. You know, it's just like something to watch. It's just on TV. It's entertainment and barely entertainment. I like athletics. You know, I like to see athletic performances. But to say I'm all into it, nah. Almost says, forget that. That's what I meant to say. Louisiana open carry state. That's right. I don't always do that, though. Sorry about bringing that topic up. I appreciate your statements and being able to pivot away from alcohol discussions. It's baseball your favorite major sport? Probably. Maybe I missed the video, but did you try the Henry McKenna versus Jim Beam? No, I don't. Oh yes, I did the Bim Jean. Yeah, the Jim Beam prohibition repeal, which is 86 proof, non-chill filtered. Was it way better? No. Did I pay way more for it? Well, I paid $5 more. Is it worth it? I would not say so. Okay, back to this. Right. I've done that. This is very woody. You can taste the 80 proof. I mean, it lives up to the 80. You say, well, 80 ain't strong. I know 80 is not strong, but it's living up to that. It's a lot of vanilla, charred oak, corn. If you really like bourbon, this could appeal to you. Do I really like bourbon? And I can tolerate bourbon. I'm not a big bourbon fan. You know, I'm not one of these people that like to go around talking about, yeah, I got 72 bottles of bourbon in my cabinet. I got a vintage Pappy Van Winkle, Clash of the Titans edition. It was it was signed by Pappy, and all of that. You know, I just don't. That's fine, and I know people that are all into that, and they love it. They just love bourbon. They just go crazy over it, and that's fine. You know, I mean, if you like that. Sonya gave me 2 bottles. She gave me Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, barely drunk, and she gave me a bottle of the Blanton's, barely drunk, because something happened to her. It was an accident, like a car wreck type thing, and she never drank after that. Had nothing to do with her drinking either. It was just a weird accident. But she would make mint juleps with it. She would never drink it straight. I mean, no, 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 no. You say, well, women don't drink bourbon straight. Oh, they have a few in the world that do that. You say, but most drink cocktails. Most drink cocktails. Well, it tastes fine. Is there any sourdough bagel aspect to it? I'm not getting that right now. I saw your White Sox lost. Yeah, my White Sox. Yeah, they lost. They did pitiful. But what do you expect? They were doing horrible during the season, so I figured they would do horrible. You say, well, they had a great record. Yeah, look at the division they were in. Have you ever had Jack Daniel's Gentleman Jack? No. I took a little 1 ounce sip of it, but that doesn't count. It's amazing, and one could argue worth the price, which isn't cheap. Yeah, I know it's high. My favorite bourbon is still Jim Beam White Label. Mix it with Coke, but I find it really good. You may as well drink it if you like it. Gabe Cruz says Fireball and Jose Cuervo, 2 different bodies, both medium color. Yeah, I've had Fireball, never had Jose Cuervo, but that's on my to buy list. What do you think is the biggest difference between Henry McKenna and Bellows? I'm trying to nail that down right now. Is it price? No, because in a normal circumstance, they'd be about the same price. You know, about $10 a bottle. Most people don't get these absurdly low Louisiana off the wall prices, which are not even normal for Louisiana. You just got to be snooping around and find it. Do I snoop around and find them? Obviously so. You know, this one here, the second one is milder. And if you want to say more watery, it has less char. It's a little more blander. That's good English, huh? What do I know for good English? And even if I did, wouldn't even matter because of the other thing. What do you think? Oh, Henry steamrolls Bellows again. No, not happening. I am enjoying some Corona Familiar. You like this product, correct? Oh, yes. I wonder when you will finally try spice rum, Jay. Probably in about 30 years. I'm being silly, though, because if we do these liqueurs, if we keep doing Fandango Friday liqueurs, spice rum would be a liqueur. Yeah, it'll be soon, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever had any tequilas? Yes. My nose was itching. Quite a few. Now we're at the point where I'm getting into them. Have I had any bad ones yet? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I had the Tijuana. Very nice. Was it expensive and fabulous and all of that? No, it's inexpensive mixto, but it was very nice. I had the El Toro, same type thing, and I had the Montezuma, same type thing. All cheap, all mixtos, all nice. I had the silver and the gold, silver and gold, silver and gold. How would they compare against a 30-year aged 100% blue agave tequila? Pretty sure they would lose, but those that I just described were like $8 a bottle, and the other one I described would be like $300 a bottle. There's vanilla, there's oak, but it's not as profound as the other one. So there is a difference here. But I'm trying to think about that sourdough bagel, but I can't pin it down. Can't pin it down. Hey, you know what? About pinning down, I can't do it here. Murmur. So which one would I choose in this case? Well, it's very close. I'd choose whichever one was cheaper. And I mean, if it was, well, let's say 50 cents. I'd pay 50 cents more for this one over here. I'm going to say that's the McKenna. Caught myself. I'm going to say that's the, what you call it, the Bellows. Here we go. Here's the reveal. Oh, I feel so played. That's the Henry McKenna. The Henry McKenna had the more flavor. The more flavor. Well. Henry McKenna, the indefatigable Henry McKenna, the invincible Henry McKenna. You might be a person who does not appreciate the good life. No, you might be a person who will say, oh, those bottles of bourbon are $9.99 a bottle. Give me a break. Those are trash, garbage, filth, the scum of the earth. Terrible, horrible. Oh, really? I would never be caught drinking those value price brands. Oh, really? I'm sure you wouldn't be, but they're not terrible. And in fact, if you want to get techno, they are actually very good. So can you buy a very good, arguably excellent bourbon for less than $10? I did. I just showed you. I paid $8.99 for Henry McKenna, and I paid $5.99 for Bellows. Are they world-class, fabulous, the most extraordinary thing ever? No. But are they really nice? Yes. Do I mind drinking them? No. Am I embarrassed to be seen with them? Absolutely not. Embarrassed? Me? Come on. Think about who you're dealing with over here. Let's look at the comments, shall we? What is your most favorite? Kevin Johnston says, what is your most favorite spirit that you enjoy? Rum or rye, I am guessing. Well, I don't really know. Rum, yes. Rye, yes. Brandy, yes. Single malt scotch, yes. Blended scotch, yes. Oh, those are all good. I don't know if I can pick a favorite. I just may have to taste through a few hundred more, a few hundred more. I had the Monte Alban and it ate the worm. Oh, yikes. Not me. I see that caterpillar in there and I ain't eating. Don Julio, I'd like to try it. What is McKenna's record in these taste challenges? Probably doing very well. It's probably close to 100% victory. Okay, last comments, because we have to do pumpkin beers soon enough. Henry McKenna has dominated all bourbons considering the price. Yes, you're right. I have watched your show for a long time, and that's what I am gathering. Well, what you're gathering is correct gathering, because Henry McKenna, and I had no preconceived notions. I had never tried Henry McKenna. I knew nothing about Henry McKenna. And to tell you the truth, I had no particular interest in Henry McKenna. In fact, I had no interest in Henry McKenna. All right. I just was shopping for beer and I saw it. And I said, what is Henry McKenna? And I said, $8.99. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find out. So I bought it, did my research, was very pleased. I tasted it. I was much more pleased. Well, if you know a friend who's a bourbon snob, don't let them drink Henry McKenna, because it might cure their snobbery. You know what I mean? They might have to reevaluate their drinking thinking. All right, I got to go and find some McKenna now, laughing out loud. That would be a good idea. King of the Dots, he retracted a message. I bet you Coach Gruden wish he could have done the same thing. All right. And one day I might wish I could have done the same thing, but I don't think so, because I would have to admit that I actually agree with it. People would say, you actually agree with those statements? And I would have to say, I do agree with the statements, but let's look at them in a certain context. People say, we don't care about the context. I said, well, the context matters, you see. I'll buy some and give it to my bourbon loving friend and tell him it's $100. Yeah, he'll probably brag on it. I would like to tell a friend of mine who is a bourbon snob and give him a blind taste challenge with Henry McKenna. I would strongly recommend doing that, but I think bourbon snobs won't do a blind taste test. They're not going to allow themselves to go through with that. Because what if they're wrong? And they can't afford that. They would say, I have a lot of important things to do, and I cannot be risking my street credibility by doing blind taste challenges. Thank you very much. So that's it. It's over. If anybody wants to see what's coming up tomorrow morning, I'll let you know. If not, then that's it. So how about aspirin snobs? The FDA has condemned it as dangerous today. I researched it 3 months ago, and it's 50% effective against. The government tells us don't eat butter, eat margarine. It's so much better. And then everybody starts dying of heart attacks. And they say, oh, well, we changed our mind. Butter is good. It's that other stuff, Crisco and all, is bad. So whatever they tell you, it changes on a dime. So do I trust them? No, I have good sense. Why would I trust them? Do they have a locator to it? No, they don't even have a website listing. So you're going to have to call your local Heaven Hill distributor and find out who has it. That's all I can tell you. All right, that's it. So we're finished. So if you want to find out what's coming up next, you can let me know now or forever hold your sausage. Let's see the competition. Okay. If you insist, here we go. I'll put these glasses up. Oh, I love these Diamore glasses. Diamore, the love. So say bye-bye to the straight bourbon. You won't see it around for a number of months. There it goes. It's been a great taste challenge series, I must admit. I got to brag on myself on this one. All right. I believe in my body over the government and science, which is basically a religion for people now. Well, that's what they want. They want you to worship them. Let's see. Here we go. So I have Bay Street Spirits. You say Bay Street Spirits. Never heard of them. Well, go to Total Wine and More and you might hear of them. It's a real brand. It's made by a real company and it's really made in Florida. It's not just bottled in Florida, it's made in Florida. And the distillery has been in business since 1943. Now, the main thing they do is make flavored citrus wine spirits. Well, Florida, get it? Florida, citrus wine spirits. And it's called Capriccio. And every store sells Capriccio. I know it, you know it, the American people know it. No, by Henry McKenna. Where is Florida? Is it made? Or where in Florida? Well, they have 3 distilleries, but the main part is Auburndale, which is like close to Haines City. In the between Orlando and Tampa, more or less. All right, so here's Bay Street Spirits. I paid $13.99 for this big, huge bottle. Can you believe it? $13.99. Thank you. All right, Eric Fraunfelter, Thomas Meadow 75. You started coming at me when I put this on Facebook, but let me tell you something. This stuff tastes pretty good, okay? Actually, it tastes really good. So I'm gonna let the haters hate. And anyway, you're coming at me with a misconception of what blended whiskey is. You're saying things that aren't accurate. All right, so who's the competition? Bellows Club Whiskey. Well, this one's kind of questionable, but this is a 1994 bottle. Remember when Jim Beam used to have these conical bottles? These weird conical bottles, which they still use for things like Julius Kessler. Maybe Florida is the new Kentucky. Maybe. Bellows Club Whiskey. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm going to give it a chance. That's why they call it a blind taste test. That's a liter bottle, and I paid $8.99 for it. Then we got Bellows, the regular Bellows. Doesn't have a Kentucky farm scene. It's just a straight Ecro yellow label. This is the modern Bellows. This is the one they make today. I paid $8.99 for this liter. I paid the same price for both liters, $8.99. Don't know who's going to win. I guess I'll find out when I do taste challenges. My guess is Bellows loses this one against Bay Street. I get that feeling, but I don't know. There's a feeling I get when I look to the west. My guess is Henry McKenna comes out the woodwork and wins somehow. No, it ain't gonna be like pro wrestling. But I've got so many different blended whiskeys. I got T.W. Samuels. I got Seagram 7 Crown. Well, you know, Seagram 7 Crown doesn't ever lose, really. I have Sunnybrook. Oh, I have so many. I'm not even talking about it. All right. Thanks, everybody. Now, don't go away because in 10 minutes, we're coming back with pumpkin beers. Pumpkin beers. Don't be a bunch of